Well, one of Sydney's largest wedding venue chains, Navarra Venues, is planning to defy coronavirus restrictions to reopen and allow wedding receptions of any size to go ahead after the government's failure to police the massive Black Lives Matter protests over the weekend. New South Wales Premier Gladys Berejiklian is warning there will still be punishments for businesses caught breaking the rules.
The health advice is there for our safety, and in relation to weddings and other gatherings, unfortunately, in the past, they've been the main cause of many of the breakouts we've had.
Well, Sal Navarra is the Chief Executive of Navarra Venues. He joins me now from La Montage in Sydney. What's been the tipping point for you in all of this, Sal, to reopen, even though you risk thousands of dollars in fines?
Peter, I think you just said it before. I think it all just stems from the rally or the protest that happened on Saturday, which was really, at the end of the day, which was a great protest and great what they did. But at the same time, it's more of like, how can we have tens of 20,000 people outside and not do a controlled event inside four walls? That's my view.
How hard has it been for you as a business owner and also your brides in terms of there's been no time frame? You've not known when you were allowed to be back in business. It's been a bit of death by a thousand cuts. Others have come back. You don't necessarily have any guidelines yet. How hard's that been?
Oh, it's traumatic, not just for us, even just for the brides. The brides, you know, you have to imagine the first week of March we get a notification saying basically overnight you only can do 10 people, and then the next day it became 0. So, you know, we had to postpone nearly close to 800 functions and events. And to be honest with you, it was the saddest thing we've ever do. We had like nearly 80 staff trying to handle this, basically a pandemic which happened within the wedding industry, and not just us, probably, you know, many of the other venues in Sydney as well. So, but the biggest issue was the government, which I can understand probably the COVID, they were probably didn't know what was happening as well, was no specific dates. It just kept on changing month by month by month by month, to the final date now has been put forward to, say, the 14th of August, with still no definite answers of what numbers it will be. So that's where we stand at the moment, the issue.
And of course, it's not just your venue, it's the florist, it's the cars, it's the dress, it's all the other things that have to line up too, and their restrictions need to be lifted. Have you had many takers from brides once you made this known publicly yesterday? There is still a $5,000 fine. Any takers?
Peter, just to answer your question, tonight we have sort of a summit where we've invited all small businesses. We've got florists here, we've got photographers, we've got hire car companies. And I walked into the room now. It's just sadness everywhere, because of not knowing what to do or how to obviously to reopen. Regarding the fines, look, Peter, I don't look. At the end of the day, I took a stance the other day just to really say to the government, we're willing to work together. We're trying to work together. Today I said to somebody, like, I have 400 people ready to start work. You know, I want to give people jobs again. I want to create happiness for the brides. I want to create fun again for the functions. You know, look at the charity event industry. That's just, you know, charities is very important. I'm part of, like, Dementia Australia, which I was supposed to do a function on the 18th of August. My mother's got stage 6 dementia, and, you know, the way the government's, we can't do it. But I know that we can, and have up to probably 500 or 600 people.
Yeah, look, I know personally from my experience over time, La Montage has been a magnificent supporter of charities. What's your message to the Premier tonight? If you could say something right now to Gladys Berejiklian, what would it be, Sal?
I'd say just listen to us, Gladys. Like, I understand the immense pressure you've been under. I think you've done an amazing job with the New South Wales government, the state, keeping the COVID under control. But I think at the time is that you need to sort of look at sort of the events industry, or, you know, the industries in general. You know, business are suffering. People are in trouble. You know, we need to reopen. People, they're losing houses. They're losing their jobs. You know, the mental health. It's gone beyond. It's gone beyond any means. Well, not much. I don't know how to say it. And I just think at the end of the day, Gladys, if you can, and if the health minister can even come to our venues or check out all the venues and say, you know what, it can work. Just listen to us. Let us see what we can do. And I think that we can prove that we can. Obviously, we can abide by the rules and have the number of people that we want to have in our venues.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll leave it there, Sal Navarra. Thank you very much for your time, and you're right.
Thanks, Peta.
Gladys Berejiklian, he's not asking for more money. He's not all of these, one of these that have got their hand out. He just wants to get back to work.